അമ്പലപ്പുഴ ഒന്നു കണ്ണനോടു നീ എന്തു പരിഭവം. അമ്പലപ്പുഴ പൊന്നു കണ്ണനോടു നീ എന്തു പരിഭവം. I think inside of 4 hour, 1 hour, so on the daily inside when we are inside daily, if we get some kind of rejection, so we are all bullish as well. This so we want some kind of level, which may be to the session. Let's add that session. Okay. Okay, very session low is at like 22:35. Okay, 22. This is 22:35. Oh, hello. These are the two session lows which is not taken yet. This tunnel low is already taken, so this low is still needed, but the true play opening range is also close. And let's give it a total line. Okay, what we are is our overall bias is bearish, but we have this data highs sitting above us, and we have an overall bullish bias. But when we look at this, we can see that there is this data week. So after this 4 hour open, we can expect a push to these highs, maybe. So that push to that high is not very like it is kind of predictable in a way. But maybe after we got that move, so we can expect both of that. But even if we tap into this level, I am expecting if we can come to this level, I am hoping this level to get respected. Okay, so that we can Charu Chandrika la 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 na 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 Ambalappuzha ponnu kannanodu nee endu paribhavam na 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 So we are hoping this level to get respected, and we go lower. So this is my only target. As you can see, the MNQ is kind of bearish and everything. We are hoping this level to manipulate inside into that level. So let's see how we open and how we react. react and how we fed up everything. Look, the reaction is both inward, like one is going to the downside and one is going to the upside. So reaction is not very like, as you can see, this 15-minute lag got entirely disrespected early, so we are expecting the same to happen here also. The EQ to get respected and we deliver lower to some level. Okay, maybe into this equal lows or such. Maybe we left and related equal lows. Rux. We inverse that 15-minute lag here and respected a 30-minute lag, and we have that SMT with that lag also, which will give us a bearish bias itself. Structure is not clear at all, so better to wait than regret. There is no obvious liquidity other than these data highs. We are inside the 15-minute, which is not inversed yet, and we have a 30-minute above us also. 30-minute formed a PO3, and we are delivering off a 5-minute without a proper inversion or anything, and inside of a 1600. This is kind of bad. So if we can get this 5-minute inversion, it could be a good thing to target this data high. But either way, it is not A plus. Let's see how that EQ get reacted. We are in the EQ of this range. Take some liquidity here. We have SMCs here inside of a 5-minute. So people may take something like this. That is 50s. Okay, let's keep it around 70 pips stop loss and TP at data high. This may work, but currently after this huge rejection, we are not expecting this to deliver from a 5-minute, and also we are inside a 15 and 30-minute, making us doubt our decision to go long anyway. Is it a good thing to long? I don't know. Let's see what's our the 1-minute inversion, as you can see here. So if you are bearish, we will respect this gap and go lower. If you are bullish, we are going to that data. That's my condition for today. Let's see.
Like, if you just fade all the losing trades and take the winning ones, like, what's stopping you? Honestly. Like, yes, statistically speaking, your strategy has to take losses. But what if I just fade the losers? Peace out. Right? Yeah. Like, what if I just fade the losers and then win every trade? And then we'd be great. I trade the NASDAQ and Q.
There is a trend line liquidity also below us. So.
Right, Luke? Like, listen, like, okay, like, I'm obviously kidding. I'm obviously kidding about 100%. Like, sometimes, I guess you have to take losses. But, you know, it feels like, based on this last month, it feels like it might be possible to have, like, a, you know, maybe I just have, like, a 90% win rate forever. Maybe every month for the rest of my life is just like March was. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay. Pretty clearly, it appears as though we are drawing towards the data high. Yeah, I know. No, that is, like, fair. Like, you can always come up with a reason for why a trade lost, for the most part. I mean, every now and then there is one that might be perplexing. There's been trades where I've been like, whoa, how on earth did that lose? But I think that, I don't know, bro. It's like, I feel like you could
So maybe a rebalance into this 5 minute and
right?
goes to that highs maybe.
Like a really cracked win rate if you just don't take the losses. Is that science? Did I say win weight? I didn't say win weight. I didn't. I think the problem with yesterday's setup is just that the bias was super obviously bullish. How do you not take the losses? I'm still trying to figure that out too, honestly. I think it's a science and a project we can all work on together. I'm not super interested in the 5 minute continuation just because, again, we're still technically, like, we haven't inversed the 15 minute or the 30 minute. Like, I'm just, like, discretionary wise, does it make a ton of sense? Yeah, but I'm not really in the mood coming off of a loss to be taking a discretionary deal like that. I'd rather just wait for a cleaner setup. Why was the bias not the 1,000,000 equal lows? Because those equal lows at London yesterday were swept on ES, so you had an S&T at the lows, and then also really obvious bullish bias with the untapped daily. Wait, Patty hit a trade? What did he hit? Just like, what, he hit like a 15-second Judas swing? 10-second? Definitely not 90% of the time. Hey, no, definitely not. Just think of 2 days ago. Right? Wasn't it Monday?
No obvious draws.
Monday, we literally left that fat data high behind.
Other than the data highs.
Whatever day it was. Yeah. I don't know what day it was. But one
So
of those
there is
days
a pretty good chance
recently,
that we might
either Monday or Friday,
just close
we left
inside
behind
this 15 minute
data high
also.
on the daily. It does not happen. It's a
Which
great
also
problem.
doesn't
Obviously,
make your
but
bias bearish for your.
I don't understand why what do you mean Patty's done? If he got it along, he would almost definitely be holding to the data high, would he not be? So what trade did he even take? He just won hard. I have a hard time believing that. Maybe he is making an April Fool's joke. I don't understand why he wouldn't let it ride to data highs if that's actually the trade he took.
So this could be my setup.
Nice Monarch.
There is a pretty good chance also we might just
I mean, you could look like maybe a continuation line up to
roll
5 minutes. I just like,
this yeah, this is a previous hourly candle that formed that high, so it might be bullish from here.
I just got like a bad feeling about it. I don't know. I just got a bad feeling about it. I think the 15 second is good. It's good. You just got to use it right. You can't be relying on it. You know, obviously as you get to the lower time frames, like the 30 second, 15 second, I probably wouldn't go any lower than that, but it starts to become lower probability, more sus. But in the right context, the 15 second can be dialed. Ronan hit 2 absolutely fire 15 seconds, I remember, in January, that were like right after 2 of my losses. Like it was like I lost, and so I got turned into liquidity or stop hunted. And then there was like V-shaped 15 second inverses. And like when the context was there,
Look at how we respect the EQ of the range.
Maybe I should have. We'll see. Maybe it'll be like the sickest fade of all time. Edges break even. Stop the trade out, and then I don't have to sit here and feel regret and sadness.
Wow, this shot is
Never mind,
crazy
I'm
good.
officially sad. Break even the trade, please. Please. Oh no. Oh no.
Probably trade something like this. So that way we can get.
Oh, if you guys are in it, then yeah, definitely. Definitely run, I guess. Even though I'm scared. My camp's frozen. Dude.
Let this 5 minute also close, okay? We can.
All you were missing out on is me putting my hands on my face in sadness after
It is 9:30.
potentially missing out. That's funny. Alright, would have been break even for me probably. I don't know that I would have break even at this low though, to be honest. Because that low isn't really anything.
We have this.
It's nothing. Where is the matter, baby? What is
There is
that?
it's a good trade to the upside, making a let's go to Saturday pip stop loss and Saturday pip TP.
I'm gonna larp the ever living hell out of this trade if this plays out. Oh, you're a donut. You're a donut if you didn't take this. You're a donut if you didn't take this. Oh, I alerted this to my Discord. I have the best entry model in the world.
This could be a good trade, man. Not gonna lie. Should we enter after the
What
final?
does matter, daddy, man? I don't understand the joke you guys are making.
But equilibrize into that 5 minute before.
But like, is that the whole joke? Is just making me say matter, daddy? That's the whole thing?
That give us a second.
You guys don't get it. You guys aren't true pranksters. That's stupid. That's a
And the
stupid
1 hour
joke.
looks juicy.
Not funny.
The 30 minute goes juicy. 5 minute
Yo,
good.
continuation shorts? Now that'd be pretty neat. Now that we left the lows intact. That would be pretty sweet. I gotta get these off. Too locked.
I need a
Let's
clean
look at my top
inversion.
seven.
Like we deliver into this and we need a clean
Trading
inversion
viewer,
from
like,
here to
awful.
go into the slow. That is 100% sure that we will go into the low because I'm 95% sure it will go to that low after if we can get that. Okay, so
There is
well,
definitely
look
a
how
way
we
can-
do
we
that.
don't take out
We
the
go
downwicks.
there, then
Downwicks
we
are good,
inverse,
but
and we made
They
a buffer
are
with
not
the.
just guaranteed
And
draws.
we have this 30 minute inversion, this 30 and everything was
Me
perfect.
personally, on a higher time frame, I'm bearish, right? Like I
So-
mean, this data high could be a high resistance high.
So if
If
you
it
inverse,
swept out 4-hour internal high, we're still
we
in a
have
daily
this
fair
30
value gap.
minute
Right.
SMTs with this low, as you can see here.
We inverse an hourly to the downside.
This 5 minute inversion to the upside
Respecting a 30
is
minute.
also,
And a 15 minute,
it should have
potentially a
just,
5 minute, with good sell side draws. Like if you were to think of this hourly inverse on a lower time frame, like imagine this was the 1 minute instead of the hourly. What would you
The
think
15
was the
minute.
obvious draw after this
the
sweeps
15 minute, how does the 15 minute
and then
inverse?
inverse
Look at that.
V-shaped strong candle
Let's see
body
the
goes to the
how
downside,
is our
right? Like
EQ
the
of
obvious
it.
draw becomes this.
You can
So,
mark that EQ of the
if we're
15
pulling
minute.
back into this 5 minute, and we got a little bit of structure built too above the low, and then if we pull back into
Yeah,
the 5 minute,
great.
maybe even doubly cool would be like an SMT with one tapping and the other one not, and then I got a V-shaped inverse to the downside. That'd be hella down. Be super lame if it leaves it behind right now and doesn't tap into that 5 minute, but we will see. we got a V-shape inverse to the downside. I'm down for sure. For sure, I'm down.
Look how we.
There is news, yeah, which is tough. I'll probably just eat the news rule on alphas, I guess. I don't know, because I'm not gonna want to miss out on this setup. It's too clean if it actually does play the way that I want it to.
There's a chance also we open the 5 minute
If it ends
and
up
we.
inversing to the upside, that'd be pretty insane. Delivering off nothing. Top set does allow news, yeah. I'm pretty sure if you break the news rule on alpha, they just take the day away. If I'm not mistaken. I don't think they outright ban you.
See if we
I
can.
think they just take the day away. Really? It becomes totally ineligible? They just subtract the profit from the day, right? No, that's fine. No? Which one is it? Some of you guys said yes, some of you guys said no. Should I deactivate my alphas right now? I could.
We are opening the
If
5
I get
minute.
5 more winning days after they subtract the profit, it's fine though, like it doesn't blow the whole account.
Let's see if we can get this again. Trade will look something like this. 50 pip stop and a TP at this swing low.
So should I deactivate my alphas or no?
The predict.
Well, no, if what Tori said is true, then that's fine.
You can do also we might open the next 5 minutes.
You can full bore evals, you just can't take it unfunded.
The 30 minutes looks juicy as fuck and beautifully good. On 2 minutes.
I would absolutely fucking love this trade. I would absolutely fucking love this trade.
Me too, bro. Me too.
I would absolutely love it.
I'm taking it on my funder because.
Please, NASDAQ. Please, NASDAQ, give me this trade. Oh, please, oh, please. No. Go down.
Yeah, we don't get
No.
it. So.
No. No.
It's okay.
No. Now we're all close to news and shit. That trade would have been awesome. Oh man, I got all excited. The idea is low key not dead. If this 2 minute inverse is pretty strong, I'd still be down. I ain't afraid of no news. I ain't afraid of news. Maybe I'm due to be humbled by news, but I'm not afraid of it. To me, news usually just delivers in the direction of where the draw is anyway. It just delivers there quicker. Like, aside from CPI and NFP, there isn't usually that, like, insane, ridiculous manipulation wick for the most part. Like, I would expect if this inverse clean, like hella clean, then I would expect news to just smack the living hell out of our TP.
I don't think this could inverse, bro. Generally.
I'm considering taking the alphas off, but it's kind of sketch now that it isn't as clean though. Like, it would have been way cooler if it just inversed on that candle. That would have been such a sick trade, bro. That's what I mean. Like, it's like there are trades like that where if that had inversed, it would have been so obvious. Right? You wouldn't have had to have any decision fatigue. It would have just been like, oh, this is awesome. I'm taking this. And it's like, once you have enough of those trades, it starts to feel like, why would I take anything else? Like every other time I take a trade, or like those trades that I miss out on where I'm always acting all of a sudden after because it's like we talked about it. And it was all obvious in the moment, but those trades never feel the way like a trade this one did. The way that this one would have, I should say, if it had actually set up the way that we wanted it to. Where it was just like, oh yeah, he's 100% taking this. And then that goes for like the majority of the trades that we took this past month, right? To where it was just like, every single one of those setups was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm taking this. So, Johnny, I've been in shorts for a minute. I just ignored the entry model. W. That's a good long-term strategy. Yes, you can trade news on Top Step.
We might inverse this 5 minute.
My bad if I'm not seeing some of you guys' chats. I'm locked right now. I'm better at looking at it when we're not in the middle of almost having a setup. Welcome to all the new people.
Yeah.
This is our record for people in it at a time. So welcome if you're new. Make sure you're checking out the notifications tab and the challenge rules tab. The rules on news is 2 minutes.
So let's see.
2 minutes before and after. So technically now being not allowed on alpha for the time being. Chopping around.
We have news at 10 a.m. so maybe we are generating liquidity for the news.
Life after, bro, they survived in that video. If you're talking about that video of me, they survived in that video. I held them. It's crazy. That's ball knowledge, dude. That was like my first TikTok that popped off a little bit.
We have data highs below, so better I will look for something.
Terrible camera quality.
Sweep of this low and go ahead. A lot of them look so fucking gross.
I ended up holding them literally all the way through until it had been long enough to where the news rule wasn't in play anymore, and they ended up being a break even. It was an insane deal. Was I depressed in the jerky bit? No, that was awesome.
Yeah, we closed the 30 minutes, so better look for.
They didn't give me a funded account after the boot camp. That was a myth. But I would have blown it immediately.
What is this? Yeah, that is the 1 hour EQ in my. I think it is.
Data highs are a good draw.
No, that is also a.
The other guys are in this Discord. Sway and Brian. They both began smoke recently. I think
we want just this 4 hours to get into that, okay? So other than that, we don't want anything else, I think.
But Sway took a 2K payout not that long ago from Apex. Brian's taken a couple grand in payouts for sure. I think Brian actually took like 5 G's in payouts. He had a little good run. The thing with Brian, bro, is like he was so new, like so much more new to this than you realize. To where it's like even after having like the experience of learning straight from Patty and Blake, like we all know, right? Everybody who's in here who's been trading for a long time. No, dude, obviously not Pax. I'm telling you that they both play smokes. Of course they are. But Grant says Brian just took one. But it's like Brian literally had been trading for 2 months, I think, going into the PB bootcamp. And everyone who's here, you know the importance of screen time and experience. And so naturally, like even after having Pat and Blake help him out, there's a ton of trials and tribulations that Brian just like you can't really skip, right? So as long as he sticks to it, he'll be totally fine, and he'll figure it out for sure. He's just gotta stick to it and not blow all his bread to where he can afford to keep trading. Yeah.
Yeah, this is not 9 days. This is 9:31.
Sway. I I don't understand the way that Sway trades at all. At all. And he also, I mean, that's really it. Just goes that's as far as it needs to, that conversation even needs to go. How much have I taken in payout? It's a little over 30 G's. And then we got a night. I just had my best month ever in March. Did you get a payout from the account they gave you in the boot camp? That was my first payout ever. Sickest first payout in the game. No one in the trading space has a cooler first payout than I do.
Yeah, bro.
Just had to go have a 100% win rate on a crazy ass show like that. The Devil's Mark is the one on the 5-minute time frame. You mean this? Yeah, so Devil's Marks, it's more so something on higher time frames to pay attention to. But basically the idea behind Devil's Marks is like if it's like a 4-hour or a 1-hour or a daily, like how often do you see a daily candle close with 0 wick on one side? Like never, basically. So it's like if it's deep into a day and you're noticing that there's a Devil's Mark on a higher time frame like that, it can become a pretty sick draw.
We are chopping to now.
It was low-key kind of unfair. No, dude, I think Brian totally deserved it. Brian sacked the hell up. Like, such a big ball bag in such a high-pressure situation and just fried. Like, just absolutely fried those last 2 days. He deserved to win. I mean, yeah, obviously I had a lot more experience and knew more than them. And, like, Brian would tell you himself that he knows, obviously, I'm a much better trader than him, but that's not necessarily what it's about. Like, I know I obviously played the villain role well, but I was, in actuality, off camera, you know, I wanted them to just succeed and have the best experience they could, and I wanted to learn for myself. That was my main priority, way more than the 5K, was just actually learning how to trade for myself. And so, like, I think the way that it went, like, yeah, could I have used 5 racks? Sure, but, you know, like I said the other day, I knew 5 racks was nothing compared to what I was capable of making, and so I was more focused on just using it as an experience to actually fix my trading. I'm not a fan of the 2-minute, by the way, for the guys who keep mentioning that. No, I haven't taken a loss yet. Or at all. Yet. I didn't mean to say yet. I haven't taken a loss at all. I'm not taking a loss. AC isn't, like, I gotta like, isn't in that video, especially in the 10K trade video, the me saying 5K is nothing, like, that is the hardest edit of me. That's probably my peak. I don't know if I'll ever beat that video for being just, like, a hype video of my journey. It's honestly insane. But yeah, no, Brian, as long as Brian sticks with it, he'll be totally fine. He'll definitely succeed in trading. Sway, I genuinely just don't totally understand
This
his
is a
approach.
bullshit trade,
So I,
but it may work.
therefore, am not really, what's the word? Not certified. I'm not really qualified to make a distinction on whether or not I think Sway will work, because I don't understand it. Based on my understanding of trading, and based on my understanding of liquidity and how the market moves, I think that the way that Sway looks at the market is not good. But I also think as long as he works his ass off and studies, he'll be fine too. What 5-minute did you guys take? You took the 5 minutes to the upside? So, like, the issues with these trades, boys and girls, is, what do you mean is Sway retail trading? No, he's a quant. He's a quant at a hedge fund.
Yeah,
Of course, Sway's
generally,
retail trading. What the hell else would he be doing? No, Sway's actually moving the markets himself. The issues with these inverses, though, is like, just what are we delivering off on either of them? Like, the reason that I would have been cool with the short down here is because we would have gotten the secondary confirmation of the delivery out of another PD array. And the 30-minute, it was just barely respected. right? The 30-minute was just barely respected, and then when we
Oh,
went to have the
man,
continuation play, because the 30-minute being
bitch.
respected was part of why I was looking for this short, right? So you had the right idea. You had the right idea to be looking for shorts there, but then as soon as we tapped into this 5-minute and just started like cooking it and like not getting clean entries to the downside at all, like now it's like, okay, you know. The 15-minute respect was good. So that's why it was good to have a bearish lean. It's like, listen, let me put it this way, and I think this will make sense to you guys. Would you have preferred if it had worked out my trade the way that I had drawn it out, right? Where we were gonna get a pullback into the 5-minute for a continuation short with a cleaner inverse up to the downside on a lower time frame with a better RR. You would obviously prefer that to taking the 5-minute inverse to the downside just straight up. Okay? Especially with like this candle closing the way it did. Like, yeah, I ended up respecting the 30-minute and the 15-minute. But like obviously, like that's just like the obvious thing that you would prefer that to this trade. So the only reason that you would end up really taking this is from FOMO, right? It's like even if this trade had run, like if say this trade had worked, I would not have cared. Because it's like, bro, like why like who cares? You know, you're gonna miss moves. Sometimes you're gonna know where the market's going and there's gonna be like entries, but it's like the whole idea is getting to the point where you're taking the probabilities that are really trades that are highest probability. You know, there's enough reason for you to feel uncomfortable about an entry. Why even bother? There's an SMT. യൂട്യൂബിൽ കാണാം നമ്മുടെ പോഡ്കാസ്റ്റ്. അതായത് ചോദിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു കണക്ക് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഇവിടെ രാമൻ സാർ പറയും കണക്ക് വന്നൊക്കെ പണ്ടല്ലേ ഇപ്പൊ കയറി വേണം മക്കളെ. It's like just wait for the trades that are like super easy. It's like one of the I know it's easier said than done. It's so much easier said than done. When you get like enough of those trades under your belt where it's just like you took it because it was like why the hell would I not take this? When you get enough of those under your belt, you just start to feel shocked whenever you take trades that are like B+. And like even when you do that, you're gonna have times where they end up playing out the trade that you dodge, the trade that you fade, and you're gonna sit there and you're gonna feel upset about it, but then you realize long term you actually don't care. You're in this for the long run. It's so easy to get nearsighted. Gotta zoom out. You hitting the B+ setup today is not making a genuine contribution to your long-term success. That was a bar. Yeah. Say the same thing. Can you explain why you didn't take the first short from the 5-minute ifvg?
The body box is a regular box, but with the zipper
This one
attached
that I have drawn out right now?
breathable, seriously so. At Dimension, comfort means solving
So
your
I
real
was just
problems.
explaining why.
And as the head of design for me, this challenge was
It's
urgent.
this big
I can
photo
go anywhere.
brand and it just wasn't
I mean,
clean. It was bad
grocery
RR.
shopping is so stress-free.
There's a data high above
These are
still.
like the
So if I was
softest
going to
boxes
end up
that they
taking
will
a
go through.
short, I would rather gotten the additional confirmation of the pullback into the bearish 5-minute depth form and then got a continuation short out of that, which is what I was going for. You know, like I had the bearish. But I'm not going to just jump straight in just because I see like, oh, like it's tempting, right? It's tempting to be like, oh, there's a 5-minute inverse to the downside B shape. So. What do you mean, Alex? Yeah, you could look at it like that. If you did take it and you took a loss, you could look at it as feedback. Absolutely. But the thing is, dude, the thing that's super sketch is that when you take B setups, and they win, it's almost worse. Because then you start to think to take all the B setups. Did I log into my broker? What do you mean? Yeah, my trade sync is synced up. Of course. You think I'm crazy? You think I'd ever get on here without my shit being lined up? Of course I got that. I've honestly never had that happen. I've never had a moment where I went to put a trade in and I wasn't logged in. Yeah, no, I got blessed by the trading guys in the sense that they didn't let me make a single dime breaking my rules, basically. Like, I know so many people who got, like, honestly, hella payouts just by being degens. And if that had happened to me, I know I would have had a especially difficult time getting over the hump. But they did not. The trading guys did not let me get a single cent while I was still breaking my rules. Literally not a cent. No, but I understand the confluences for the trade. The confluences were there to look for shorts. I'm not saying necessarily that when I say you're FOMOing into it, I'm not saying that it was like a trade that didn't make sense. I'm saying it like, why not wait for a better entry? Like, that's why I broke down the example of what my entry would have been. Like, why not just wait until you get a setup that's more like what I said? No, not even our ROI, partly our ROIs, but also partly just like entry model wise, like 5-minute inverse. Like, yeah, we respected the 30-minute, but the 5-minute. Does this not just suss you out? Like, everything about this sucks. Like, it's delivering from, yes, it's really close, respecting the gap, but it's delivering from hella past it, right? Hella past it. And also, ES didn't inverse it, I'm pretty sure, too. Or I could be wrong, I might have just totally made that up. Oh, it did end up inversing it on the second one, but it's just like a suspect trade, you know? It was just suspect. Did it make sense? Yeah. It's like a lot of the trades from February were, like, my losses were trades that made sense on paper, right? Like, all the confluences were there, but they were mid, and so they lost. Like, just kind of that simple. Even though I could have come up with, you know, a paragraph of confluences the same way you just did for yours on all of them. I just think the entry was just kind of the delivery was mid. Not delivery was mid in the sense that this isn't a legitimate close for a candle, but in the sense that, like, I don't love what we're delivering off of in that instance by being all the way up here.
If we get an SMD and an inversion from this
tail. Find me for the boot camp. You had to apply. With a video. A patty swing is just a Judas swing. If you want to, like, just look up a video of a Judas swing, like a Judas swing video, it's basically just like.
This is perfect, like the 4-hour. It's the 4-hour week that we are going to make a pivotal from. So we can target this 931 volts. We have a ton of LR below. The only problem with this trade is we have data highs above us, which is kind of protracted because look how we are delivering to our data. It should be aggressive and a clean one, but look at how we are doing it.
Asia trades in my life, and I think I'm like 4 and 2, but all of them were like stupid. Yes, Judas was a trader. That's the idea basically of the Judas swing and why it's named the way that it is. Every time I take a trade outside of New York AM, I get sussed out though, just anticipating that it's lower probability. Like a couple weeks ago, I remember, and some of you guys probably remember, we had that stream where we did the back testing competition, and there was that like perfect A+ setup that I took and then broke even early on, and then it ended up just playing out perfect if I just traded it normal. But but I broke even early because I was sussed out by it being at 12:30 instead of it being New York AM. You know. Do I do one trade a day? No, not necessarily. If I take a win, usually, yeah. But other than that, I try and if I take a loss or a break even, I'll look for a second setup. If your main problem is following your rules and stuff like that, that's what I'll be able to help you the most with this psych stuff, I think. It definitely helps being able to watch me trade PB theory too, but I'm also still improving myself as a trader, so there's stuff that we'll learn together as I'm trading. But the psych game I spit can definitely help with getting better at not breaking your rules. Yes, I trade full time. I am on status. Yeah, I know. I'm 26. I'm old. No. So when I traded in Asia, I would basically, the majority of those Asia trades came from before I even had like a consistent strategy. So I can't even really answer that question.
A ton of a lot of below us on we deliver
But
inside
there's also been multiple times recently where we've been on stream the night before back testing that I'm remembering right now where I like called out draws.
We have this
and
like
swing
here,
plays.
we failed to deliver. We have like yeah, we delivered. We have to deliver.
Yeah.
We failed to deliver, and we have this luck to the downside.
What's up,
We failed to deliver lower, but we have this luck. We didn't
He
close
said the
over
5 minute looked great.
So kind
but
of
he
still
faded
we
'cause
are
the
both.
stop was like 90 plus points. Yeah.
I want something like this.
I haven't taken anything vector yet.
That is pretty much clean.
Give
But
you a tip that helped you slot. What does that mean? What's up, Michael? There's a lot of different tips. It's hard to say. Depends on what you need help with. But the main gist of the psych sauce is that you got to learn to understand how to detach from outcomes, not in the way that you think, though, not in the way where you got to lie to yourself about caring about money and whatnot. But, bro, like, all of the psychological problems that come from trading are generally you just being too attached and focused on outcomes rather than the executions themselves. And so trading's already difficult, but when you get to the headspace where you really need to be profitable or you really need the money from trading, you're just making something that's already going to be mentally taxing significantly harder. And so it's like the biggest and best thing you can do for yourself is learning to recognize that the actual reality of what you want, you know, which isn't what you think it is. I'm like too focused on trading to give you this to articulate this in the way that I want to, but I'll explain more after. Yeah, that's fine, Tiny. Sounds like you're not even doing too bad for 1 year. Stop worrying about it as much as you probably are, and accept the process. I'm glad it helped, Chip. It's something that's a gradual process. It's not something that just necessarily happens overnight. So as long as you're feeling any difference, that's huge progress. As long as you're able to recognize with your awareness the difference in how you feel about it relative to how you felt prior, to where you're not falling into the emotion and the discomfort. Good. Opinion on back testing too much. I think that's real, to be honest. I think you can burn yourself out with trading for sure. I think that was kind of partly what was happening to me in February, because we were like doing all our back testing sessions. Like I was, dude, I'm kind of starting to fumble on my words right now, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, you can burn yourself out on trading. I think more important than not back testing too much is to not study too much. Once you have your strategy down in a way that you want to be consistent with it, and it's like the one that you're sticking to and that you have the best understanding of, you don't want to still continue to be just grinding out hours of YouTube videos and shit. 6-year fair value gap? Really?
doesn't close us like this.
Technically, that 5 minute would have just. Technically, that 5 minute would have just lost. You do have an SMT at the highs, but now it's like, see, like this is the trade normally that I would like if we got like an inverse off of this right now. Like we got a V-shaped inverse off this, especially with the structure that's built. But now it's like kind of sketch with the data high. But it would be like so tempting. The one Blake recommended is probably what, trading in the zone. That's the only trading book I've ever read anything from. My focus is more, when it comes to reading, have more so been around just psych in general. God, this is so tempting, bro.
Yeah, bro, and I am taking this stunting, so.
Ugh.
If this 30-second inverses, I am taking it on my funded.
With the data highs right there, I hope these just get respected.
Let's see. Dodgy says that data high is protected, so it's kind of safe to say. It's not okay.
DO3 is basically AMD, yeah. It's kind of more so with specific times for candle openings and whatnot. I would have been extremely tempted to take the 30-second there, but like, because the idea behind being bearish at this point would be like, yeah, this is a data high, but it would be basically driven by the idea of this data high being higher resistance. Because, bro, it's not like price is just running to this data high right now, right? Like, if it was some crazy strong draw the way you'd anticipate it to be, you'd think we'd just be running this shit. Like, I probably might take this trade, to be honest. Depending on how the candle closes. Because I'm not scared of the data high. The rejection wick. If it didn't rejection wick, I would have been down. I'm not scared of the data high. You have an SMT at these highs. You get a V-shaped 30-second to the downside with the most insane LRL ever built in a bearish bias. So it's like, why the fuck would I be so scared about this potentially high resistance data high?
You already took some of this.
But the rejection wick made it sus.
There's a rejection wick, and that is another problem. So
It's still hella tempting, bro. No, I mean the rejection wick to the downside, this 30-second, not having a big buy. Like, if this 30 seconds body had closed down here, I would have been so down. So down, but it's looking like it would have been a nice fade. I don't really know the definition of protected highs and lows that well, but I would consider it to be higher resistance because of what it swept. 4-hour internal high into a 4-hour, and we're in a daily fair value. I mean, bro, it's so tempting. It is so tempting.
let's see how it closes. Okay. That close. And he got in, man.
Order filled.
I'm not getting in. The close
Just
is not.
accidentally entered for a second and then exited. I literally did not even mean to click it. I was so dumb. I was trying to drag it and I just clicked the button.
Okay. You want to
It ended up being that I
close?
should have stayed into it though. How much did I lose? I lost $15. It's gonna end up being like a good trade though. Literally.
I'm hoping to get one more sweep before the.
No, I'm not in. I'm not in. I literally clicked it on accident. Peace, Chip. You got an SMT an insane structure. It's just like, bro, like it, like could this, like there's a reason I'm not taking it, right? Like I'm obviously not taking it, but like it's hard. It's a tempting deal, but yeah, it's not A+ by any means.
We are kind of making
Look at
the
this. Right. Look at this. Like you just have the most insane structure ever. The fact that the 15-minute inverse
Let's
to the
see how
upside
this
doesn't bother me
closes.
because we swept on high with an SMT. So
The close
the
is not
15-minute
very
could have done its job already if we were going to end up being bearish. You've took 15 trades? What? What are you talking about?
They probably make a 15-minute here.
Dude, I fucking, man. I like low-key. Do like it though. Even with the choppy price action. This is one of those ones where it's like hella choppy and lower prop because of the conditions, but I just have a lot of conviction.
30 minutes is all you open up, so
The
let's
structure.
wait and
But
see
yeah,
if we
it's
can
just lower probability, so.
get one more sweep to the highs. And
I don't
make
think that
it
the 15 back would be the worst idea if you got another manipulation leg up with
Yeah,
an SMT.
and it is what exactly he's talking about.
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't take the trade, right? Like, I literally was trying to drag my top, because the way, like I've shown you guys before, the way I have my top step set up is it's a super tiny window, and I was trying to drag to see the 30-second more, and I literally just, like, accidentally clicked. I don't even think it was a sell, I think it was a buy, which is, like, even dumber. And then, ended up being that, yeah. What if it's an April Fool's joke, and I'm still in this trade right now? I'm still in it right now. I'm not even going to tell you guys what direction it is until it hits. Oh, April Fools. April Fools, I'm actually in longs right now, right here. Still. Just kidding, it's shorts. Just kidding, it's longs. Just kidding, it's shorts. What's the news situation for the rest of the week? Is Friday's a half day, right? Because it's Good Friday. I think Friday's a half day, though. I'm almost certain it's a half day.
Yeah, we're getting that SMT here instead of the rejection block.
Kind of weird that there's a NFP like that. Closes at
And
9. There's no way it closes at 9. Really? At 9
Let's see
a.m.?
if he can really hit the DQs.
It's not even a half day. It's basically just not even day. 9 a.m. Eastern?
This is perfect trade if he can go low. Let's see. A perfect inversion to the downside is what we need here. Let me open my trade logger on my mobile so I can see whether it inverts or not.
Like, bro, like, yeah, there's the data high there, but oh, fuck, bro. With the SMT, it'd be so tempting. If this was like a crazy V-shape inverse, it would be so tempting. I mean, the data I see, like, it's one of those ones where if I took it, if it gave us the inverse and I took it and then it lost, it'd be like the most obvious thing ever to be able to sit there and say, like, oh, the data I was right there. But, like, to me, like, the data, it's not like some crazy obvious deal. Like, we're delivering horribly to it. Absolutely horrendously to it.
I have opened my trade logger on my mobile. If I'm getting an inversion to the downside, I'll probably take it.
I guess preferably preferably just be better for us to manipulate a little higher, take the data high, and then go. I just know that there's been so many times, like just experientially, where there's been an obvious draw like this, and then it just gets
Keep my
left
SR
behind, and
wider
I'm just
a
sitting
bit.
there feeling stupid.
Look at that 30 minutes. Crazy, right? Beautifully good.
Probably won't take it. I probably won't. Or I'll take it small because of the data high. But it's like you get another manipulation leg up. It's just like, bro, this is just such a trade that if it missed, it would feel dumb, right? But at the same time, I have a lot of conviction in the idea. It's gonna end up leaving us behind anyway. If this closes big body, like big bearish body, I'm probably gonna take it small.
Actually, I don't want to take it, so I'm fading it. He probably take it because I already gone too far to the downside.
I'm in. Taking it small, really small.
He
I'm
took it.
intentionally taking it very small because of the data.
I'm not
so
very,
it
very
could totally be a
conviction
loss
this
as we
trade, so
know. But I have a lot of conviction in the
the
bearish
15
bias
minute
in the
will be
LRL as well.
our break even if anyone took this trade.
I'm taking it. Taking it small.
As you can see, the 15 minute lies we are inside of a 15 minute few minutes, so this could be a good trade, not gonna lie, but
Like, bro, like I feel like this shit should just run. And then if it doesn't, we can just get a re-entry off of the sweep of the data high and take the exact same trade.
I'm fading this, bro. I
And we have
don't
the
have any.
15
This is
minute
actually a
right
good
here.
trade.
It's
That
like
is
the most
exactly what I
obvious
waited
break
for,
even
but
ever, right?
we
So,
spread too much
I'm
and
fucking taking
we
it.
already took this low. I'm fading it, bro. Not
Wish I
gonna
took
take
it
it.
a little bigger.
This is the 15 minute leg that we shoot
That hit
while
that?
about. So
I don't think we hit that, did we?
yeah, we hit that. This is the break even we should plan to make.
Alright, I'm break even. Break even. W entry. Gotta trust yourself. W entry. Let's see if somehow, some way, this turns into a freaking bomb.
Yeah.
Break even though. Let's run all of this.
Yeah, man.
Just
Fuck
run
it.
all of this. Target smaller with the data high with W trade, huh? Maybe we get break even either way. I honestly am proud of the fact that I jumped in it regardless. Because I was like, I just felt too much conviction with it to not. Even if it ends up being break even.
Actually, the high time frame is fully supporting us, so it is a good thing to just hop on.
I took this off of an SMT at the highs with a lot of conviction in the draw. The LRL built below. Untapped 15 minute for an obvious break even.
Where
With
is
a
1 hour?
clear
1 hour is
inverse, a
also
lot of
great.
momentum, SMT. And just also bearish bias.
Should we
Yeah.
just jump in late?
A little more discretionary with the data high there, but you gotta trust your reads, man.
This is exactly what I waited for, but the fact that how much is this? This is a 40 pip SL is not that bad also, okay? We should have just
Although it makes sense to target probably all of them. Chop your conditions, but I don't know why we wouldn't just run all of them if we're gonna run them. Honestly. Okay.
Logi, if we get a
But
giant
also,
ass
we even
inversion
end up
upside
getting
man.
there. Could just get break even.
Imagine
and
that
be a lot of
trade.
nothing.
What a fucking great ass trade was that. Imagine if we get a huge ass 2 minute inversion upside. What a fucking A plus 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 trade.
Maybe if we get break even, but then open up a 5 minute bearish,
chances are low, so bearish price is more likely to happen. Fuck me. I should have hopped on into this trade, man. I regret it somewhat.
This is a bomb. Going for a bomb. A La Bamba. A La Bamba. I am in this trade. Yeah, we're break even though. BE.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm out.
That.
Break even. Break even.
They should inverse this motherfucker here.
Could look for a continuation out of the 15-minute too.
Just a one candle continuation, man. I need
I had a
that.
ton of conviction in this, so
I really need that.
happy with that trade. Now we'll see if we get a crazy inverse of the 2 or 3 minute. Could flip the bias, because now that trade failed, now it's starting to look more bullish than it was when you had an
45 pip
S&P
stop.
right?
So is it okay to trade like something like this? Let's see.
Sponsor, what are you guys saying?
That is a 40 pip stop. Okay, it's already good. 42 pip stop. Okay, great. I just put it below there. Okay, great.
I absolutely, I loved that trade. That was one of those trades that I would have been so mad at myself if I didn't take. So I'm so happy with it.
This is such a good trade, man. Just our draw above is our betas and
Now, see about this long.
don't go,
What's
man.
RRR looking like?
Don't go.
It's looking like
Don't
it's
fucking
cooked.
go.
It's cooked.
Fuck
Holy
me, bro.
Shit. Holy shit.
What the fuck, bro?
Cooked.
What the fuck is that, bro?
Holy.
Give me a fucking entry. That data is not yet touched, so better take
Holy
this.
moly.
Should I take this? The data is
Went
not
1040,
touched.
who knows? Maybe we get a good setup after hitting the high.
Should we
What a
hop
candle,
on?
though, huh?
I
What an insane
I
candle.
really like to hop on to this trade, but who knows? Better not, man. Cause what the fuck is even that, bro? No fucking way, man. Just wait for me, okay?
Bro, fantasy baseball is so hard to keep up with. Holy shit. I thought it was easy.
Data min looks good, 1 hour goes good, everything
Bro,
is
my whole lineup's playing today. That high isn't hit yet. You guys could still be targeting it if you want. Peace, Joe.
the data is untouched yet, so let's see if we can get the continuation loss. Or lower 20.
I'm kind of pissed off about that accidental trade I took earlier now. That like $20 that I'm down. Across all my accounts, it's like $500. BS. It's
Real
freaking
now.
BS. It's gonna look so dumb in my live trading video. I'm just red like
Figure out
$600.
really good candle we might end up.
LARP. Literally that emoji or that GIF. I have 20 accounts.
See if we can get a huge ass candle.
Bro, Top Step still hasn't set. Well, no, it's not the break even. Well, no, first of all, I just heavily disagree with that anyway.
I need a close around
It wasn't even the
MS
break
stop
even
will
that
be
lost my
here.
bread. It was
So it will
the
be a 30
accidental
point
trade.
stop to this data.
Could have limit ordered what? With what firms: Top Step, Alpha, Lucid, and Tradeify. I'm not taking that. If that's what you mean, like a pullback for the 2 minute. I'm not taking that. I do have 1 million in funding. Yep. Yes, I do. $1 million funded. I'm a 7-figure funded trader.
Yeah,
I can
I'm
put
going
it
to
on
take
a
this
Tinder bio.
shit right there.
Yeah, I basically get to trade
I don't
$1
care
million.
if it loses, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, you know, I actually get to trade $1 million every single day. That's what
maybe it is a retard trade, but either way, I mean, I like that momentum and everything.
Any trades today? I took a break even. Yeah.
It's an A plus. It is a completely discretionary trade. A 30-second inverse to the upside.
Yes.
Pretty
No,
good.
Zabby, I'm not. Let me explain why, because I actually think this is super beneficial. Break evens get stop hunted, at least in my experience. How many times have you had break evens that end up getting like hit by a tick, and then it runs to your TP, right? So, in my experience, you've never had a break even get hit by a tick and then it ran to your TP. Lucky you, man. I've had that happen probably 15 times. So, honestly, like it's
You don't have
for me,
SMTs, right?
I've
Yeah, we have
decided
SMTs.
that it's
Holy
best.
shit.
And
Should I
it
close
has
this shit?
saved me multiple times to put my break even like a tick or two in red. Like a couple,
Closing
like a
them.
tick or two in red usually.
Because we have SMTs with this week. Fuck. Motherfucker. I closed it, okay?
Yeah,
Closed it
so
for a
good
small
trade,
loss. Like
Like,
$10
bro, like,
maybe.
I'm down 1K, right? But not really. The what I'm down today, what
$13.
I'm down today isn't because of the break even. It's because of this stupid accidental trade that I took.
I hope it does just run through that highs, okay? $13 loss. Dude,
But
$13 loss. And
I don't mind. I don't mind doing that.
I better stop looking for trades today because this is even a dumb trade, but
Guys, you're not gonna believe what I just heard. You're not gonna believe what I just heard. The woodpecker has arrived. Is the woodpecker about to defeat the data high? He's out there. I can hear him. I can probably see him, dude. If I looked hard enough. For those of you who are new here,
15 is going to open up
Woodpecker
also, so
confluence is
better
very bearish.
trade this trade.
one of the
So
most
I
bearish
lost
things.
around $13. I exited around here because we got an
So
SMT
right now we
with the
have
highs.
woodpecker versus
Filled it around here.
data high.
My
Did I catch
stop
what?
around was
Grant, there wasn't any entry for the way that I trade.
and my
If
TP
you mean
was
the
to the
long.
better high. So it was the
Also
30
didn't
second.
hit the data high.
It was a 30 second, sorry. Yeah, 30 second was around here. Where is that? Yeah, here. And we supported that 30 second multiple times. So
Crazy that we left this high like this. But bro, like listen, for
no
everybody
more
who
trades
thought
for data
about,
highs.
like how dumb it was to be looking for shorts and the data high and stuff, right? Like when Dodgy mentions it, and it is an extremely strong draw. Usually that shit gets smacked. Like usually it gets legit smacked data highs. It's like a super obvious draw that runs it like hella quick. So the fact that it has been such a big struggle to even get there, the fact that it's doing some shit like this, like clearly is having a tough time.
I don't know trade, bro. I won't touch it.
Took it 30-second target. Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about, honestly. 10 a.m. candle. You longed it.
Holy shit. WW
You
exit.
mean like the 5-minute inverse to the upside?
SMD sometimes saves our ass, bro. No way.
Yeah, I got break even whip. I'll look after it, Grant. I want to stay a little locked until the session's over. The woodpecker right now is beating the data high. You guys seeing this? You guys thought I was kidding about this woodpecker deal. These guys, us OGs, we knew. The new guys probably thought I was kidding about the woodpecker. He's a beast. He literally just did this. assuming we'll call this the woodpecker's TP. We'll call this the woodpecker's TP. We could call it this, but I feel like the woodpecker goes for bombs. So calling this the woodpecker, I don't know. Actually, that's a high resistance low. Maybe that's not fair to the. Maybe that's not fair to the woodpecker to make him target this. Maybe he'd be targeting.
Holy shit, bro.
So if we hit this low before the data high, the woodpecker is going to be 3-1. He's going to have a 75% win rate.
Oh fucking baby, how there is a inversion. What a clean setup.
We just tap into a 5-minute.
Holy shit, bro. No, I want to take this straight part.
Oh.
Waiting this. I'm going to take this, okay?
3-minute continuation. How do I know what direction he's saying? He's always bearish. The woodpecker's only bearish.
The time frame is running by, so let me just fade it for now, okay? This may work.
I would have considered the data high the draw personally, Grant. So
32 pips stop. Well, let's see.
Edge. I also don't really know what you're delivering off of on your trade, but it's fire that worked for you, bro. Well, why wouldn't you be targeting this high? Just out of curiosity. Why would you target this high instead of this high? Gay trading. It's a good poem. It's a great poem, basically. Nice though. Off 15-minute. I don't think that exists. Oh, 30-second. This you mean? Into a 2-minute? We still didn't hit it on NQ. I didn't hit it on MNQ though. UTV got it, or W boys if you call it W. Sorry to hear that, Ray. Wait, at 9:46. I wasn't in shorts at 9:46. What do you mean, Ray Ash? It's a battle between the woodpecker. Battle between woodpecker and data high. The 15, I know what 15-minute you were talking about, Ale, but the 30-second that you took was into a 2-minute. No, Grant, I'm asking, why didn't you, wait. First off, RR was 1 to 0.7 overall, enough to target smaller data with. That's an interesting way to look at it. With W, you take the mold setup. Today was a mold model setup, low key. It really was. Today was a mold model. I think that's what we're gonna call all of my trades that have anything wrong with them. Would I ever consider cornrows? Yeah. Probably end up getting them soon here. I need a haircut pretty bad, but my barber is pregnant. I don't really want to cheat on her. Data high has been hit. The data high has been hit. The woodpecker has lost. Woodpecker moves to 2 and 2. Damn it. Poor guy. Poor guy. He did his best. Do I want to take a 2-minute off of this data high? It's a very interesting proposition, NASDAQ. I did have that bearish bias.
Look at how we
when you do have an SMT.
equilibrize from that 3-minute range and so I took the same idea here, but after
But it is also 10:53
so.
and we aren't reacting the strongest.
Just bad timing, bro. Just bad timing.
But I do have a 15-minute internal
Like,
low.
look
It's
at how
a
we
good
delivered here.
target.
And we
Slash
involve a small
break even,
inversion
but
from there,
it is 11 o'clock.
Even if I take it, it will be a break even.
Been bullish.
Even if I take this is a completely beautiful delivery. Fuck.
Yeah, really closing strong. I don't know, NASDAQ. I think I might have to pass.
I'm done for the fucking day, man.
It
What a
appears
great
as
hard
though
day.
ES wants this high as well. It was tempting. It's tempting. No, I like trades that are like 10, 10, whatever. 10.
Yo, this was the
15
trade. Small
macro.
loss.
I've got a bunch of W's like that.
Something like this. So if round deliver from here, stop was
Nice,
here,
boys. Nice.
and my TP was at the data. So I exited
W's.
at this high for a small loss, like I think it was $13 loss. So yesterday also this was a repage issue, not a exited issue. So either way, we delivered after. So
I mean, I personally would never.
I will journal later. So partial loss. Wednesday end the stream. Done for the day.